Hello, this movie is for Learning Target 7 and 8 in Unit 3, Parallel Lines and Triangles. The first thing we're going to do is I want you to pause the movie and add these two theorems to your Learning Target handbook, and when you are finished, press play and we'll talk about them. Okay, now that you have added these two to your handbook, let's look at what they mean. The first theorem, triangle angle sum theorem, says that the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle are 180. This tells us if we add all three of these angles, we will get 180 degrees. That works for any triangle. The parallel postulate says that through a point not on a line, such as point P, there exists one and only one line parallel to that given line. So there's exactly one line through P parallel to line L. That's what the parallel postulate means. And we're going to use this postulate to help prove that theorem. Before we do, an auxiliary line is a line that you add to a diagram to help explain relationships and proofs. The red line in the diagram below is an auxiliary line. So in order to create the theorem for the triangle angle sum theorem, we had to put this auxiliary line in here. So that's why you see that. Down below there's an answer bank. And then you have given triangle ABC. And you can see the triangle right here, ABC. We want to prove that the measures of angle A, angle 2, and angle C will give us 180. That'll prove that the angles of a triangle add up to be 180. So pause the movie, try this on your own, and press play when you are finished. All right, we can see that we drew PR through point B parallel to AC. There's the point not on the line, and we made the auxiliary line. That was our parallel postulate. Angle PBC, and angle 3 are supplementary. That's because they both form a linear pair. Angle PBC plus the measure of 3 is 180. That's by definition of supplementary. So angle PBC is equal to the measure of angle 1 plus 2. They're saying this angle is equal to this angle plus this one. That is our angle addition postulate. Then we've got the measure of 1 plus 2. We substituted that in for PBC. Plus 3 gives us 180 by substitution property. So we have that the measures of those three angles up there, 1, 2, and 3, equal 180. Now what we're recognizing is that angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle A. And we also have, by that same reasoning, that angle 3 is equal to angle C. Now the reason why we have that is because if we have this, whoa, that's a bit thick, this line up here parallel to this line down here, those angles end up being alternate interior angles. So when we have parallel lines, we have alternate interior angles congruent. So for 6, we end up getting alternate interior angles are congruent. Then I've got the measures are equal from the congruent, and that is because congruent angles have equal measure. Now I'm replacing that with measure of A plus the measure of 2 plus the measure of C equals 180. I'm replacing those with equivalent values. Measure of A and replacing 3 with C. So that's substitution. Substitution. All right. That's how you prove that the sum of the angles of a triangle equal 180. Well done. Let's look at this diagram. We have two triangles here, and they're sharing side BD. What are the values of x and y in the diagram? And then we want to find the value of z as well. Pause the movie, try that on your own, press play when you are finished. Okay, first, to solve for x, we can see that that triangle, the blue triangle, adds up to be 180. So I know 59 plus 43 plus x equals 180 degrees. That tells me that 102 plus x equals 180. So x is 78 degrees. So if I've got x is 78 degrees, then I can find y because x and y form a linear pair. So I know that my 78 degrees plus y equals 180. So then I solve for y and I get y is 102. So if that's 102, now I can see that in this green triangle, those angles add up to be 180. So I have 49 plus 102 plus z equals 180. And so I can solve this for z, and I get that z is 29. So that's how you get those angles. You start with x in this case, and you work your way over to the other angles. An exterior angle of a polygon is an angle formed by a side and an extension of an adjacent side. For each exterior angle of a triangle, the two non-adjacent interior angles are what we call remote interior angles. In each triangle below, angle 1 is exterior, so the red angle is exterior because we extended one of the sides, and the angle we got on the outside is called the exterior angle. And then angles 2 and 3 are your remote interior. They are the inside triangle angles that are not up supplementary to that angle. We have the triangle exterior angle theorem. Pause the movie, add that to your handbook, please, and then press play when you are finished. All right, the triangle exterior angle theorem says when you extend one of the sides of a triangle, the angle you get out here is equal to the sum of these two angles. So we're going to use that theorem here. What is the measure of angle 1 and what is the measure of angle 2? Try those two. Press pause on this movie, try those, and then press play when you are finished. All right, we can see up here that angle 1 is an exterior angle. So I know that the measure of angle 1 is equal to the two remote interior angles added together, 80 plus 18. So I get that the measure of angle 1 is equal to 98. I just add those together. Going down here, I see that my exterior angle is 124. So 124 is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles, 59 degrees plus the measure of angle 2. So to solve for the measure of angle 2, I'm subtracting 59 on both sides. So I get 65 is the measure of angle 2. In the got it, two angles of a triangle measure 53. What is the measure of an exterior angle at each vertex of the triangle? Let's try that. Let's start with a triangle. It says two angles of a triangle measure 53. So let's say this is 53 and this is 53. And what we need to do is find the measure of an exterior angle at each of those vertices. So what we're going to do is extend the side here, here, and here. So we want to get each of the exterior angles, this exterior angle, this one, and then this one. So I know with an angle of 53, my exterior angle out here is going to be supplementary. So if I did 53 plus my exterior angle, I'll call x, it's going to equal 180. So x is going to be 127. I get 127 degrees for this angle. That's going to be the same here because that also has an interior angle of 53. Now I also know that the sum of my interior angles add up to be 180. So to solve for this angle up here, I know 53 plus 53 plus y equals 180. So we solve for y and we get that y is 74. So if that's 74, we know that 180 minus 74 is going to give me z, this exterior angle. And so we find out that z is 106. That's how we get our exterior angles. Let's look at this example. When radar tracks an object, the reflection of signals off the ground can result in clutter. Clutter causes the receiver to confuse the real object with its reflection, called a ghost. At the right, there's a radar receiver at A, that's up here, and an airplane at B, that's right there. What is the value of X? X you'll find is right here. So in this example, we have an exterior angle here of 80 degrees. This is a 30-degree angle, and we want to solve for X. Because we have an exterior angle of 80, that is going to be equal to 30 plus X. So in solving this, we're going to get that X is equal to 50. So X is equal to 50. Now, another way to get this is by solving for this angle, which would be 100, since that's a linear pair. These two angles are a linear pair. If that's 100, then I have 30 plus 100 plus X, and that should equal 180 because all the angles of a triangle add up to be 180. That's also going to give me that X is 50. So you can use the exterior angle theorem, or you could use the fact that the sum of the interior angles add up to be 180. Pause the movie, try this on your own, press play when you are finished. Since we did one similar to this, I'm going to give you the answers of X is 102, Y is 78, and Z is 66, just to check yourself. Pause the movie, try these two, press play when you are finished. In this case, we have the measure of angle 1 is 87. It's an exterior angle. I would add these two remote interior to get that. And the measure of angle 2 is 66. That is 53 plus angle 2 is going to be equal to 119. And that's how you get 66. That's the end of this movie.